to introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Munganbana, Norman Miller. I'm from three tribes of Dirrabul, Barbaram and Tablean-Yidinji. And I'm going to talk about the next big thing, the Big Boomerang.
And you have created an enormous boomerang that you would like to be the next big icon for far north Queensland. Tell me about the boomerang and how it all came about.
The boomerang, it was something that I had in my heart for a number of years. I know that the ABC and the Cairns Post have picked it up since 2017, so that's how far back. And I want to thank both those media outlets for bringing this discussion. There is many more things to take place. But this Big Boomerang, the next big thing, I had it on the float of celebrating the 60th Diamond Jubilee of the Cairns Festival. I had it on a big truck with roughly about 20 students from the school, and they participated. The school was St. Gerard, and I had the teachers. The interesting thing also about that is that these young children, these little diamonds that's out there, that in schools, they were on the streets, people, the crowds came out in relation to the weather. It had ups and downs, it had changes, but it was a good float, and I just want to thank the Regional Council, the festival, for putting on such a great thing. The Big Boomerang was a project I started working on in the last few weeks. I needed to making sure that I had the right material, because the plan was for the Big Boomerang, the next big thing, is that I've always I've looked at different icons in places all around Australia, and recently we did have the big Captain Cook statue as an act of reconciliation. You can't change history. History's there, and that's very important. But I wanted to, as an act of reconciliation, was to put a 10-metre boomerang right in front of the Captain Cook statue. Now, just a little bit on Captain Cook, the 1770, but Janzoon was the first European that arrived in 1606. So the Aborigines' time immemorial. So that was an act of reconciliation, but also bringing into the truth of the history of that. And so the project on the next big thing, the Big Boomerang, I think it's for us, when you look at icons, you think, well, how many of them really represent the culture, especially the Indigenous culture, Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander aspects of it. And I thought that the boomerang would be something that could bring us, that could unite us together, that could make a difference, but it could be also the big story, because I look at things of how I set up as an Indigenous ambassador, and it's something where I sell Cairns as a city in the reef and rainforest. You've got 2 World Heritage of reef and rainforest, but also, as I said, having the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture right here on our doorsteps. And I think that's so important, that we need something that's going to be culturally appropriate. And I thought the discussion of Big Boomerang, now that the Captain Cook statue is removed, wouldn't it be good to return something there? And you play on how a boomerang, it's been thrown and it returns. Well, in that way, in that aspect also, that you want to create the economy for our city, but also nation and internationally. I believe that there were so many people from interstate, internationally, that travelled. And when I looked into the crowd, as I said, there was little diamonds, there was diamonds all around in the crowd. And I think that the boomerang, the next big thing, people would want to say, well, we're going to go to Australia. We've seen all these other icons. Why not the Big Boomerang? It's culturally appropriate, and in that way, using that way, you think, well, we want people to make a return to these shores of Australia, because Australia has got so much to offer.
Can I ask then, have you got a location in mind where you'd like the boomerang to go?
Well, the location is going to be here in the gallery, 26 years of the gallery, but it will be the home of the next next big thing, the Big Boomerang. And so it'll be housed here for a time, and who knows, there has to be those discussions which I believe will come to place. I'm sure that there will be business leaders, there will be council representatives, there will be traditional owners there that will come in to discussions to discuss this. So it's not as if it's just been out there. It's been out there for a time, since 2017. Even other media outlets have talked about the next big thing, and so it's something I believe excited by.
Well, often, I don't know if Barbara, you want to come on this